Good afternoon. My name is Tiffany Doggett. I am a registered dietitian at this facility. I've been a dietitian for a little over 2.5 years, and I've done similar types of appointments. It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Richard.
Great. To begin, I'd like to thank you for completing the pre-assessment, and I'd like to explain what coaching is or how this appointment will go.
Okay, that sounds good.
Great. Through this coaching appointment, I'll be asking you some questions to help guide you through your goal or what you're hoping to get out of this appointment. I would also like to let you know that this appointment is confidential between you, myself, and your healthcare team, such as your primary care physician.
Thank you. I'm so excited. Let's get started.
All right, great. I found through your pre-assessment that you are most interested in making a dietary change. Can you tell me more about that?
Well, I find that I tend to drink a lot of sugary drinks like Gatorade or juices instead of drinks like water and iced tea. And I see that it's kind of adding up and I'm starting to gain a little bit of weight, and obesity and overweight runs in my family. So I would like that to be prevented.
Okay, to summarize, you like to stop gaining weight and maybe even lose weight to prevent diabetes, and you feel that decreasing your sugary beverage intake can help with that.
Yes, that's exactly how I stated it.
Great. That sounds like a realistic goal. Would you mind if we discussed a vision?
No, I don't mind at all. What is that?
A vision is a compelling statement about who you are. It is a statement that tells us why you're making this change and what's important to you and what strengths that you have to reach your goal. What is important to you, or why is making this change important to you?
Well, this change is important to me because I want to feel more energized and I want to be around for a lot longer than 40.
All right. So feeling energized is important to you. Is family and friends important to you as well?
Yes, they're extremely important to me.
Okay. What strengths do you feel you have to help with reaching this goal?
I feel like the strengths I have would be my friends and family because they are my support system that will help me and keep me in check to make these changes happen.
All right. You feel that as you have a supportive and encouraging family. What potential challenges do you feel that you may have, if any?
Well, I have some self-control issues, like if I go out and about or if I go to the store and I see something I like, I want to buy it and I want it. So I'll end up purchasing that per se item of either juice or something like that, water, soda, and I don't know how I'll stop that from happening.
All right. Do you mind if I make a suggestion?
Sure, go ahead. That sounds great.
All right. Some clients have felt that it's helpful to plan ahead. For example, if they're going out to eat with family or friends, they'll look up the menu online and they'll decide what they'll have ahead of time. So that way they have a plan in place and they don't vary off of that plan. So one way that you could do that is to decide on a drink ahead of time to prepare for the outing. How do you feel about that?
I guess I can do that. I mean, like taking water with me if I go out and about, so that way I don't stop and go to like the convenience store and purchase a Gatorade or a sugary beverage that is unhealthy for me. I have water waiting in my car for me.
Great. Planning ahead for restaurants or outings is something you see yourself doing. Based on what we've talked about or discussed so far, what would be your vision statement for your goal?
I guess it'd have to be that I have more energy because I'd stop drinking all the sugary beverages that made me feel like groggy and sluggish.
Mm-hmm.
Because the more I'm energized, the more I'm able to do more activities and lose the weight and burn the calories that are needed that I would like to see.
Great. Tell me more about how you would like to meet your vision.
I want to decrease the sugary drinks and drink more water, but I don't want to miss out on the flavors that are brought with the sugary drinks.
All
So
right.
I'm not really sure where I should start.
All right. I have a few ideas. Do you mind if I share?
Of course I don't mind. Go ahead.
One way to reduce your sugary beverage intake could be to choose diet sodas, diet juices that are low calorie, or using some water mixes like Crystal Light to flavor your water. Or another way to flavor your water would be to use vegetables like cucumbers or fruits and herbs like mint to flavor the water. What are your thoughts on those suggestions?
Those sounds like great suggestions that you are suggesting to me, and I see myself doing those, but I eventually want to cut out the packets of Crystal Light and all those as well because I want to get down to just basic water.
All right. Switching to diet juices or sodas or using water mixes such as Crystal Light is something you see yourself doing in the short term. What do you see yourself doing in 3 months or in a year?
Well, let's say in 3 months I would like to be drinking 50% water and 50% others. And then in 1 year I would like to be drinking 90% water and 10% other drinks.
All right, perfect. Those goals seem realistic and specific. And it sounds like you already have a 3 month and a 1 year plan or goal ahead of you. What would you like to see yourself doing during your first week's goal?
Oh my gosh, I don't have a first week goal. Is there any suggestions that you think I can have?
Sure. An example would be to switch 2 of your regular sodas to 2 diet sodas at least 3 days during the week, or decreasing your 2 cans of soda by 2 and increasing your water by 2 at least 3 days during the week.
Those sound like great ideas. I think I can do both of those. Do you have any other suggestions?
Well, or switching from your soda to Crystal Light to begin with, so that way you have the flavor like 2 and 2, like I suggested before.
Oh, okay.
All right. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being that you feel like you can't do it at all, and 10 being feeling like you won't have any issue at all, how do you feel about these 2 goals?
Say a 7.33.
All right. Why did you pick that specific number versus a 6 or an 8?
I feel like these are easy goals that I have set, but my self-control kind of throws a wrench into all of that. So I would like to decide and prepare ahead of time so I can be more successful in succeeding with my goal of hitting 90% water in 1 year.
All right. So you have chosen some specific and realistic goals again, and you feel that there may be self-control issues, but are prepared to make decisions ahead of time to help with those challenges and the support of your family. Am I missing anything?
No, those are about everything.
Great. It sounds like you feel like you have the tools and the support that you need to make these changes. What questions or tools do you think you need before we end our session, if any?
I don't have any questions other than the ones we've already discussed.
Perfect. What feedback do you have for me, if any?
None. You did a great job.
Thank you. I appreciate your time and for coming to this session. If you'd like, we can schedule a follow-up in a week.
That sounds wonderful. And then we can check my progress on how I'm doing with my weekly goal.
That sounds like a plan to me.
Oh my gosh.